Pick it up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
If you ask me who is the coolest looking character in Pokken, apart from Shadow Mewtwo of course, I would 100% say that it is Scizor. If you're a fighting game player that really loves extremely stylish combos, then let me tell you, Scizor might be the right fit for you. Scizor is a bug and steel type Pokemon that was first available to play in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. And after Pokemon X and Y, he was given his very own Mega Evolution. Without further ado, let's talk about what Scizor can do in Pokken Tournament DX. And for that, I have the Scizor prodigy himself, TEC.
Hey guys, what's going on? Scizor is a character of the defensive playstyle, allowing you to take a lot of heat and come right back with a lot of firepower of your own. For starters, Scizor's field phase is incredibly versatile. Not only can he annoy and pressure zoners, but he can also zone out other close quarters characters in the game. He's got defensive tools for every kind of character. One of them being his 5Y or neutral Y move, Staples. Regardless of whether being hit or on block, characters that come into contact with will get pushed out to the farthest row. When they actually get hit by these staples, the best way to face shit afterwards is Metal Claw, or his forward A. For zoners, you have to either bully him or whiff punish him. In order to do this, Scizor's side Y is a pretty big help. This move can actually be two different kinds of attacks depending on how long the button is held. Simply tapping the button sends out a buzzsaw, which is a very annoying mid-low that no character can really swerve around too easily. And holding it makes it a slower but much bigger claw attack that has high priority and launches for a nice phase shift. Another potential whiff punisher is Scizor's charged back Y, which can evade a lot of projectiles and fire back with one big hitbox for a crumple.
But be careful, this move can be heavily punishable with block, and does not pierce counterattacks. Moving on to the duel phase, what are some of Scizor's options there?
Scizor's greatest threat is that he has a very big presence regardless of his position. His most obvious and most defensive movement option here is his CA. Now I say movement option because this is a CA that not only has the giant hitbox itself, but you can move while using it. You can move either left or right or from side to side as well in field phase, and on its own it does 80 damage and has pretty low scaling.
You said that his counterattack can follow up into anything, but what are the combo starters into that?
If you're within micro walking distance, you can do 6YX for a nice bullet punch combo, or if you're a bit farther away, you can do something like Metal Claw, Bullet Punch, or even Hover Y and Hover X.
Hover X and Hover Y? Well, for starters, what is Hover for Scizor?
This is another mechanic that Scizor uses very frequently beside the CA, that being the Hover Dash. This is Scizor's unique movement option in where he can jet forward in a straight line, and he can even remove light projectiles as he goes. But that's not even the best part of this mechanic. This mechanic also has great canceling potential. In field phase, this gives Scizor the unique mechanic of being able to instantly get his shield up after a CA cancel, which adds even further to his defense against zoners especially. But in duel phase, while you can't get this instant shield because you have no homing attack, you can still have plenty of choices, such as simply jumping, using your Pokemon moves, being able to string CAs together really quick, perform card grabs, or card canceled hover-wise as well for a more offensive approach.
Sounds like a great mechanic to have, but what other tools does Scizor have?
But yeah, he's got a lot more tools than that. Another big pillar of his duel phase especially is his bullet punch move. This pressure-based tool can be fired at 3 different levels, 1A, 2A, and 3A. This is a great move at all different ranges because you can either get stuff like close-up X-scissor combos for nice damage and push them back if you snag the just frame, or you can get guaranteed bug bites if you crit a bullet punch, or you can launch them at any range with the Silver Wind follow-up with the Sword Stack, or you can just deal good chip damage at a distance while keeping up his momentum with bug bites cancel potential. This is where Scizor's last big pillar of his kit comes into play, which we just mentioned before, that being his sword stacks. When you press 5A and now press it again to throw the swords, he simply keeps the sword stack on his back. With these stacks, he can add additional hits to his Pokemon moves in particular, which can either be a nice finisher, or you can just simply add more hits for more combo potential.
Sounds like Scizor is a Swiss knife full of options. Let's go into the fun stuff. What are some of Scizor's spiciest combos?
There are potential combos such as Hover Y into 6AA, which is where the sword would be used, the 6YX, 4Y, 2Y into close-up Bullet Punch Bug Bite, which does around 206 damage. A good Bullet Punch combo that you can launch with is 3AA, that's where the sword stack would be used, in which you can do JYX loops for what you call the basketball combo into Aerial Ace for nice damage around 207. But my personal favorite is the Big Air bonus combo, which is one of Scizor's biggest damage dealers. If you perform a JY with no prior PSP, you can melt half of your opponent's health within the blink of an eye. And if you have a sword stack, you can add even more damage on top of this.
Quick question. What if you have both sword stance stacks? Should you use both of them for an even bigger combo?
Well, in my opinion, it's better to save that second sword stack for another combo, because the second sword stack would simply just add too much PSP and not enough damage. But what can be done is you can use sword throws, which can be a combo starter for something like 5AA into the Hover Y, 6AA into 6YY, which still does decent damage, especially if you get a wall splat.
Man, those combo strings look clean. But is picking up this character and trying to learn it worth all day effort?
I do think that Scizor does pose a bit of a challenge compared to other kinds of pressure characters, but if you really like good whiff punch potential and a good defensive pressure-based neutral, Scizor is definitely the character for you, because he does not wear the power moniker for nothing. Every successful combo and whiff punish you can perform will not only feel and look satisfying, but your opponents will surely feel the hurt just as much.
There you have it, Pokken trainers. If you are the type of person that likes to show off and be flashy in the stage, or be able to take a hit and hit even harder, then Scizor is the right fit for you. Lastly, where should anyone go if they want to learn more about the ins and outs of this character?
And you can check out the Scizor Discord if you want to talk to other Scizor players, learn matchups, and hang out with your fellow bug boys. You can also check out Scizor's frame data, which we'll have here in the description. And as for me personally, you can always check out my Twitter. I'm always loaded with Scizor-related content on my Twitter. And you can also check out my Twitch channel for some live bug boy action.
Thank you for coming, Tech.
Absolutely, pleasure to be here.
And thank you for watching this video.